crack down on any individuals who break the rules. Any persons transgressing the law will find themselves deprived of their liberty.
A military prison opened last month in Abidjan. A number of officers who had supported the ousted ex-president Laurent Gbagbo are being held there. Recently, about 20 soldiers from the government army were put behind bars while they wait court-martial on serious ill-discipline charges. A further 15 are on a wanted list issued by the National Gendarmerie.
All those who commit crimes will be brought before the military tribunal. Those convicted will be deprived of their liberty. They must be taught a lesson that military weapons cannot be used with impunity. They are not toys that you are given for Christmas.
The Office of the Military Prosecutor says the court-martial will start early in January in Abidjan. At the same time, the military chiefs have announced that all members of the armed forces in Côte d'Ivoire are to follow a civic education course. This is designed to ensure soldiers are aware of the need to respect the rights of citizens and of private property.
The Electoral Commission in the Democratic Republic of Congo has suspended the publication of the results of the parliamentary election that followed the disputed presidential ballot and is asking for international technical assistance to ensure a credible outcome. And the Egyptian Prime Minister is appealing for a peaceful national dialogue against the backdrop of clashes that left some 15 people dead. For details of these and other happenings on the African continent, we go with this roundup of news.
Democratic Republic of Congo's Independent Electoral Commission suspends publication of the results of the parliamentary elections, which followed the recent presidential vote. The Commission appealed for international technical assistance to ensure the outcome is credible. The European Union has warned it would withdraw financial support for DR Congo if the Commission could not deliver an improvement. IMF President Christine Lagarde concludes her Africa tour with a visit to Niger. In talks with President Issoufou, the consequences of the world economic crisis on countries in Africa, and particularly the impact on youth unemployment. Madame Lagarde admitted to legislators in Niger that the outlook for 2012 is looking gloomy. She urged policymakers to build on the advantages of mineral reserves and raw materials. Egyptian Prime Minister Kamal al-Ganzouri makes an appeal for a peaceful national dialogue. The Premier called on Egyptians to have a united approach to safeguard the economy. At the same time, al-Ganzouri promised not to stay in office any longer than is necessary. His broadcast follows clashes between security forces and anti-government demonstrators, which left 15 dead. Off the coast of Nigeria, the equivalent of 40,000 barrels of crude oil floating in the Atlantic. The oil slick, around 100 kilometers off the coast, came from a leak from an offshore oil rig. The Shell Corporation, which operates the rig, says all efforts are being made to limit damage, including spraying dispersants. The spills believed to have occurred as oil was being transferred to a tanker.
We now take our second break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Commonwealth giants Sukuta have booked a place in the finals of the ongoing zonal championship with a 4-2 penalty shootout win over debutants Manjai. The two sides could not be separated in regular time, with the game ending in a goalless draw. Above Kasengo reports Sukuta's success over Manjai pits them against rivals Lamin in what promises to be a festive derby on Saturday at the Independence Stadium.
A prospective first Commonwealth local derby is the huge payback for the Gambia Football Association barely 2 weeks after the first ball was kicked in this year's zonal championship. The Commonwealth side ensured they will play in the finals on Saturday after a 4-2 post-match shootout win over brave debutants Manjai. Sukuta will now face off with Commonwealth rivals Lamin following on their impressive 2-1 win 24 hours earlier over Banjul. It was a game that yet again proved the popularity of the tournament among locals, with hundreds of spectators ringed around this east perimeter fence to watch the mouth-watering encounter. Both sides played their part in a hugely entertaining encounter, much to the delight of the many fans in the park. Sukuta bossed much of the first half play, providing the Manjai defense numerous questions throughout the opening minutes. The first half was full of inventive play, incisive passing, but was slightly devoid of the crucial breakthrough. Manjai remained defiant, producing quality play at both ends of the park, with the second half providing the two sides a final act to produce a spectacle. It was Manjai that posed the most serious threat to their opponent's goalmouth. The Sukuta penalty area was the scene of a melee on a number of occasions, as they employed a trench-like warfare, defending deep with bodies and hitting Manjai on the break. But the Combo North side will have been well beaten by this time if it weren't for the bravery of goalkeeper Alaji Nyabali. The Baka United and former national under-20 goalkeeper taught us what many of us already knew, the parading of his immense talents on the most important stage. Twice he kept his team in the game with some outstanding saves to deny Manjai a vital breakthrough. Nyabali, however, saved his best till the end, when the two teams could not be separated in regular time, went to penalty shootout to find a winner. Nyabali saved 2 spot kicks to send his side to the finals against an outstanding Lamin side, reminiscing the first decade that brought about their maiden zonal championship trophy. Both sides won this competition once. Sukuta bettered Lamens years later, and both sides claiming some high-profile scalps along the way. So the hugely followed zonal championship has reached the home straight, with two sides in Lamen and Sukuta, the two finalists. The question now is, who among the two will make it a record 2? Super Saturday will provide us with the answers. The theaters for this saying.
It's now time for the weather report by the Central Forecast Office.
The Gambia is endowed with a wonderful landscape full of baobab trees. Like its Cape Point in Bakau, it is one of the most exotic sceneries in the world. The baobab tree is a symbol of resilience, wisdom, and resourcefulness. For the baobab tree provides good food in times of hunger, rents its bark for medications, and its sap for glue. In the Gambia, there is a company like the baobab tree, 100% African and purely Gambian in all aspects. In know-how, design, value, capital, and management. That company is Elton. Elton, employing hundreds of Gambians and proudly associating itself with development in the Gambia. Elton, side by side with the Gambia.
It's a warm welcome to the weather segment from the Central Forecast Office. I am Hadi Choi presenting. First, we begin with the summary, followed by the forecast. It was cool and dry in the early hours of the morning and warm and sunny in the afternoon. For the forecast tonight, we'll be expecting dry and cool atmosphere to prevail over the entire country, becoming warm and sunny tomorrow. Winds will continue to be northeasterlies in orientation, but generally light to moderate in speed. For the minimum temperatures, we'll be expecting 17 degrees Celsius over Banjul and Jundum, 14 over Kerewan, Sibano, Jinoy, and Kawur as well, while Sapo and Janyambure will record 11 degrees Celsius, Basse Fatoto 12 degrees Celsius tomorrow morning. For the maximum temperatures, we'll be expecting 32 degrees Celsius over Banjul, 33 over Yundum, 35 over Kerawan. Sibanor will record 34 degrees Celsius, whilst Jinoy and the rest of the country will record 36 degrees Celsius, except for Sapo, which will be 35 degrees